in this video, we are going to discuss factorization of algebraic expression. Now, before going for factorization of algebraic expression, let us discuss what do we mean by factorization. Now, all of you know what is factorization. Factorization means to find out the factors, right? Now, till now, we are very familiar with factorization of numbers, right? So, we can easily find out the factors of a given number by prime factorization method, what we have learned in a lower classes. Okay, so what does factor mean? What do I mean by a factor? Factor of a number means that it will exactly divide the number. So what is the meaning of exactly dividing something? That means the remainder is 0. Okay, so if I say, suppose take 24. Now what are the factors of 24? You can tell me that the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 as well as 24. This way also we can say the factors. Again, if I ask you to find out the prime factors, I have to factorize 24 and find out the prime factors. So here we do the prime factorization and I have this. Okay, so after prime factorization I can write 24 will be equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So what we are getting is that when we multiply all the factors, we get the original number. Okay, so factorization means to find out the factors, and when the factors are found out by prime factorization, to check whether your factorization is correct, if you multiply all the factors and you get the number itself, then we can say that yes, our factorization is correct. Okay, so now this is the factor form of 24. So from this, what can I conclude? I can conclude that the factor form will always be in product form. So whenever we do a factorization, the answer should always be in product form. Okay, now here if you consider these are also the factors, but the only difference is these are not the prime factors, they are the general factors of 24. So how can you say that these are the factors of 24? Because if you see each and every number, each of them exactly divide 24, right? That means when I divide 24 by each of these numbers, the remainder is always 0. Let us discuss factorization of algebraic expression. Okay, so here we have several methods to factorize algebraic expression. So what are the methods? The first method is taking out the common factor. Second method is by regrouping the terms. Third is by applying algebraic expression. Such as a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, and a square minus b square. These are the algebraic expression which we require for factorization, and the fourth one is middle term break. Okay, so in this video I will be discussing with you the first method, that how do I factorize an algebraic expression by just taking out the common factor. So let us take one example. Say 12x plus 15, right? So my method is to take out the common factor. So how do I know what is common? So in that case, what do I do is I factorize each of the terms in the algebraic expression, okay, leaving the variable. So what is actually 12x? 12x is, we can write it as 12 into x plus 15. Okay, now what I do? Now I factorize 12 and 15. So if I factorize 12 and 15, what do I get? Here I get 2 into 2 into 3 into x plus, here what do I get? 3 into 5. Okay, now if you look at this, you can very well understand that among the two terms, which is the common factor? So here I can see that both the terms 3 is there. So I can say that in this case 3 is common. So I can take out 3 common. Okay. Now what I do, from each of the term, I will be writing the remaining part. So after taking out 3 from the first term, what is left behind? 2 into 2 into x. That means it is 4x. And after taking out 3 from the second term, what is left behind? I have 5. So this is how I take out the common, and see, as you got the answer in the product form, I can say that the factors of 12x plus 15 is equal to 3 into 4x plus 5. Now, if you want to know whether your answer is correct, what you need to do is you just need to multiply this and see whether you are getting this original expression. If you get the original expression after multiplication, then we can conclude that yes, 3 and 4x plus 5 are the factors of 12x plus 15, because we know that after multiplying the factors, we always get the exact expression. So here if you multiply, we are getting 12x plus 15. So these are the factors of the given expression, right? Okay, let us come to another example. Say here we have 12x square y cube minus 21x cube y square. So here also, as I told you, first I'll write it in a product form. So what does this mean? 12 into x into x into y into y into y minus 21 into x into x into x into y into y. Okay, so I have written this in the product form, and now what I do, I factorize the number. So what is the factorization of 12? It is 2 into 2 into 3, and then I write the variable, that is x into x into y into y into y minus, what is the factor of 21? 3 into 7, and then I write the variable x into x into x into y into y. Okay, now from this I choose the common factors. So out of the numbers, here I have 3 and here also 3 is there. Okay, so I write 3. Then what about x? Here they are 2x and here I have 3. That means in both the cases 2x is common. So x into x is common, I can say. So here I write x into x. What about y? Here we have y into y into y and here I have only y into y. So I can say that y into y is common. So I'll take out that y into y. Okay, so these are the things which are the common factors. So now what is left? What is left out? See, from the first term I have 2 into 2 into y. That means I have 4y. And from the second term I have 7 into x is left out. So 7 into x. So this I can write as 3x square y square into 4y minus 7x. Okay, so I can say that the factors of 12x square y cube minus 21x cube y square will be 3x square y square into 4y minus 7x. Now how do we check whether my answer is correct? You just multiply. So 3 into 4 is 12. 12x square y cube minus 21 x cube y square. So if you multiply this, we are getting the original expression. So I can say that this will be my final factorization. Now in the next video, we will be discussing a few more examples of factorization of the first type. Okay, let us take an example. Say, let us take here 18a cube b cube minus 27a square b cube plus 36a cube b square. Okay, so here there are 3 terms, so I have to take out common, which is common in all the 3 terms. Okay, so first let us write the product form, that is a into a into a into b into b into b minus 27 into a into a into b into b into b plus 36 a into a into a into b into b. The next step is we factorize the number. So what are the factors of 18? 18 is 2 into 3 into 3. Then a into a into a into b into b into b. Again the factors of 27 is 3 into 3 into 3 into a into a into b into b into b. What about 36? 36 is 2 into 2 is 4 into 3 is 12 into 3 is 36, and then the variables are a into a into a into b into b. Now let us find out the common factors from all the 3 terms. So here you see in the first term I have 2, in the second term there is no 2, in the third term again I have 2, but as 2 is missing in the second term, so I cannot say that it is a common factor. Let us come to 3. How many 3's are there in the first term? 2 3's are there. In the second term I have 3 3's, So I can say that 2 3s are common, okay, among the first term and second term. And what about the third term? In the third term, I can see that I'm having 2 3s are there, okay. So from the numbers, what can I take out common is 3 into 3, okay. Now let me come to the variable. So what about the variable? Here the variable, see, you have a into a into a. Here we have a into a, and here we also have a into a into a. So here they are 3a, here they are 2a, and here they are 3a. So from each of the terms I can take a into a common. That means 2a can be taken common, okay. So here I write a into a. Let us come to b. See, in the first term there are 3b, in the second term also there are 3b, and in the third term there are 2b. So from all the three, how many b can you take out common? I can only take 2b common. So here I have b into b, okay. Now I open the bracket and I will be writing out the remaining parts after taking out the common. So what is left in the first term? 2 is left, a is left, and 1b is left. So I can write it as 2ab. I put the minus sign. In the second term, what is left? 3 is left and 1b is left. So I can write this as 3b. And from the third term, what is left behind? This is left and I have single a left, okay, because b into b is taken out. So here I have 4a. So now I'll get this as 9a square b square into 2ab minus 3b plus 4a, okay. So to check, if you multiply 9a square b square by 2ab, I'll get 18a cube b cube, okay. Then 9a square b square into minus 3b, I get minus 27a square b cube. And 9a square b square into plus 4a, what do I get? I get 36a cube b square. So I have got my original expression, so I can say that this is my final answer. So always remember one thing, that whenever you are doing factorization, your answer should always come in product form. Now, by now I feel that you are comfortable in taking out the common factors, okay. So here I'll show you how to manage taking out the common by orally, okay. You can also do it orally if you are confident. So first, what is the thing? That we will consider the number, that is 8, 72 and 12. So out of 8, 72 and 12, 8, 72 and 12, can you tell me which is the common factor? See, 8 I can write as what? It is 4 into 2, okay. And 72, what you can take common from this? See, this can be written as 4 into 2. This can be written as 4 into 2 into 3 into 3, and this can be written as 4 into 3. So what I can find that in all the three numbers I have 4 common. Okay, so without breaking it, if we can manage to do it orally, we can apply this. Okay, so this thing from here I get 4 common, so I'll write 4. Now what about the variable? Here you see that x is there in all the three terms, but y is not there in all the three terms. So there is no question of taking out y. So now in case of x, how many x will I take? The common is the smallest number. See, in the first term there are 2x. Okay, in the 2x. In the second term there are 1x, and in the third term there is also 1x. So which is the smallest number of x? That is 1. So I will take a single x outside, right? So now I put the bracket. So how do I write the leftover term? So from 8 I have already taken 4. So how do I get what is left? I know that 4 into 2 will be 8. That means I just divide. Okay, 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. So here I have 2. Now from this x square I have taken 1x. So x square by x will give only x. So from the first term I can say that this is left. I move to the second term. How do? I divide the original term by this thing, common term. Okay, so 72 divided by 4, how much it is? It gives us 18. Okay, then x divided by x means it gets cancelled and y is left. There is no y here. Okay, next is again 12 divided by 4, that is 3, and x divided by x is gets cancelled. So we are left with 2x minus 18y plus 3. This I have shown you how to do, or how to rather take out the common thing in a single step just by doing it mentally or orally. Okay, as it is a new thing for you, in the previous videos I have showed you the detailed method or how the common thing is coming, but it is not necessary that you also apply those detailed steps in each and every sum. If you can manage this way, it is much better. Okay, so now if you want to check again, see 4x into 2x will give us 8x square. 4 into 18 give us 72xy. 4x into 3 will give us 12x. Okay, so this will be the answer, right? Next, let us see one more example by doing this way. That is 14x cube plus 21x4y minus 28x square y square. So first I'll try to take out the common factor from the numbers. So 14 means it is 7 into 2. 21 means it is 7 into 3, and 28 means it is 7 into 4. So what I can see, that 7 is common. So I can take 7 common. Now what about the variable? Here you see we have x in all the three terms. Okay, so what I told you, to take out the common variable we have to choose the smallest one. So out of x cube, x to the power 4 and x square, which is the smallest? X square is smallest, so I will directly take that common. Okay, and y is not there in all the terms, so there is no question of taking common y, right? So now how will I write the remaining terms or the leftover term? So here what I do, 14 divide by 7 gives us 2. X cube divide by x square gives us a single x. I move to the second term. 21 divide by 7 gives us 3. X to the power 4. From x to the power 4, if I divide by x square, I am left with x square and y is there. Next, I put the minus sign. 28 divide by 7 gives us 4. X square divide by x square gets cancelled and y square is left. So this is the final answer. Let us take a few more examples. Suppose 5x into x minus 4 minus 7 into x minus 4. So in this part, what you can see that from the number 5 and 7, no factors are common. Okay. Now next is x, but x is not there in both the terms. Next is x minus 4. So what I can find? I can find x minus 4 in both the terms. So I can say that we can take out x minus 4 common. Okay. So after that I have to write the remaining parts. So what after taking out x minus 4, what is left? 5x. So I write 5x, and from the second term what is left? 7. So I write 7. So this will be my answer. Okay. Similarly, if you take this example, say 9a into 3a minus 5b minus 12a square into 3a minus 5b. So first what we take out common is what we can see easily. So here in this expression I can easily say that 3a minus 5b is common in both the terms. So let me take out 3a minus 5b. So after taking out 3a minus 5b, I am left with, from the first term I have left with 9a. From the second term I have left with 12a square. Right? So now if you see the second part, again we can take common from the second part also. So in from 9 and 12, what is the common factor? The common factor is 3, right? So from here I can take 3 common. Again a and a square, which is the smallest? A is smallest, so I can take a, right? So now again after taking out common, I have to write the leftover part. So 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. A divided by a gets cancelled. Next I move on to the second term. 12 divided by 3 will give us 4. A square divided by a will give a. Okay. So I have 3 minus 4a. So if I arrange this, I can write 3a into 3a minus 5b into 3 minus 4a. So if you multiply all these 3 factors, you will definitely get the original expression. Now let us take some more example, that is x plus y into 2x plus 5 minus x plus y into x plus 3. So here this I can say that you can easily do it. If you look at the expression very closely, we find x plus y is present in both the terms. So without thinking, I'll just take x plus y outside and then I'll write the leftover part. So from this first term, what is left behind? 2x plus 5. And from the second part, what is left behind? X plus 3. Okay, so now if I want to open the brackets, what do I do? This becomes 2x plus 5, and you know where there is a minus sign, the sign inside the bracket gets reversed. So this is plus x, it becomes minus x. This is plus 3, it becomes minus 3. So finally, by simplifying, what I get, 2x minus x is x, plus 5 minus 3 is plus 2, and this is the final answer. Okay. Okay. Now we move on to a bit different types, right? Let us take, say for example, 6ab minus b square plus 12ac minus 2bc. Now, if you look at this expression, you cannot take anything common from each and every term, right? So, in that case, what we have to do, we have to first group the terms in such a way so that we can take common after the grouping. So, here what can I do is, see here I have 6ab. As a is there, I can either group it with 12ac or I can group it with 2bc. So, let me group it with 12ac. Okay, and then this minus I write, and let me group this with b square minus 2bc. So when I do this type of grouping, so now you can see that from each expression we can take at least something common, right? So from the first expression, out of 6 and 12, I can take 6 common, and what else is common there? A. Okay, so I can take out A. So what will be left behind? 6 divided by 6 is 1. A divided by A is also 1. Only B is left. So I have B plus 12 divided by 6 will give us 2. A divided by A 1. So C is left. Now here what can I take out common? I can take out B common. So what is left behind? I have, sorry, this will be B plus 2C. So finally what will be my answer? B plus 2C. See, now if you look at the whole expression, from the whole expression, now I can take out B plus 2C, because both the terms is having B plus 2C. So I take out B plus 2C, and after taking out that, what is left from the first term? 6A, and what is left from the second term? Minus B. So this will be the answer. Okay. Now let us move to one more example. Say x minus 2y whole square plus 4x minus 8y. So here also what can I do? I cannot take anything common from each and every term, so I'll go for grouping. So this is given as x minus 2y whole square, so I'll not change that. What I do is, instead I'll group the remaining part, 4x minus 8y. Okay, so now let us see what happens. From here nothing is common. Okay, but from this I can take 4 common. Okay, so what you are left with? X minus 2y. Now what you are finding here? In this expression we can see that here I have x minus 2y whole square, and here I have only x minus 2y. So both are having x minus 2y. So how many x minus 2y I can take common? I'll take the smallest one. Here they are 2, here it is 1. So I'll just take x minus 2y common. Okay, so after taking out x minus 2y common, what will be left? in the first term. See, from 2x minus 2y, their square means it is x minus 2y into x minus 2y, right? I have taken 1. So, I will be definitely left with 1 more x minus 2y. Okay, and from this second term, I am left with 4. So, my final answer will be x minus 2y, and here it will be, I'll open the bracket, x minus 2y plus 4. This is the answer. Now let us come to few typical example. Okay, so here what we are having, see, ax plus by whole square plus bx minus ay whole square. Okay, so here again you can see that there is nothing common among the two terms. So we have only one option, that is to open up the bracket. So if I open this bracket, I have to open it by applying a plus b whole square. So I get a square x square plus 2abxy plus b square y square. Okay, and again in the second part also I'll expand it using a minus b whole square. So that is b square x square minus 2abxy, and then I have plus a square y square. So here what you get, this and this gets cancelled. So you are left with a square x square plus b square y square plus b square x square plus a square y square. Okay, so now I have to group in such a way so that I can take at least something common. So let me group it as a square x square plus b square x square, so that I can take x square at least common, and the next group is b square y square plus a square y square, at least I can take y square common. So from the first expression x square is taken common, so I am left with a square plus b square. From the second expression y square is taken common, so I am left with b square plus a square, right? So this I can write as a square plus b square plus y square into a square plus b square. Now we have to check what we can take out common throughout the expression. That means from the whole expression what I find is a square plus b square is common. So I have taken out that. Now I'll write the remaining term. From the first term x square is remaining. From the second term y square is remaining. So this will be the answer. Okay, so whenever you cannot take out common directly, we have to think in a different way, like grouping it. And how do we group it? We group the two terms in such a way that at least something is common in them, so that we can take out the common factor. Okay, so next example is, say, ab square plus a minus 1 into b minus 1. So here also the same thing what I told you, whenever there is no option of taking out common from each and every term and there is a bracket, the first thing that we do is we open up the bracket. Okay, open up the bracket and then I write the expression. So after opening, I am getting ab square plus ab minus b minus 1. Now here what I do, see, I'll group it. Okay, so here I can see that something is common, so I can directly group this two, and here also I can take minus and I write b plus 1. So now from this expression, what is common? See, A is common, and out of B square and B is smallest, so B is common. So what is left here? B plus 1. And here minus, I can say that 1 is common here. So I can write B plus 1, because 1 is with every term, right? B means it is B into 1. 1 means it is 1 into 1. So here I can say that the factor 1 is common or present in both the terms. So now if I look throughout the expression, what is common I am having? I am having B plus 1 common. So I take out that, and then what I am left with from the first term, I have AB. From the second term, I have 1. So this will be the answer. Okay. Next, let us look at one more example. Say x square minus x into a plus 2b plus 2ab. So again in this case, the first step that I do is I open up the bracket. So I get minus 2bx plus 2ab. Next is, as I cannot take anything common from all the 4 terms, I'll think of grouping. So here grouping means see x square minus ax I can group, because I can see both are having x. And again in this case I can group them because I can see that both are having something common, that is 2 and b. Okay, so I group it as 2bx, and as I have written minus outside the bracket, so this also changes to minus, and here I have minus 2ab. You have to be very careful with the sign. So now from the first part, what I can take out common is x. So I am left with x minus a. From here, what I can take out common? See, 2b I can take out common, right? So it is minus 2b. If I take out common, I am again having x minus a. Okay. So what I do is, now I'll observe the whole expression. So from the whole expression, which is the common term, x minus a is common. So now what is left from the first term? X is left out. From the second term, 2b is left out. So this will be the final answer.